So we saw a 0.3% increase in our CPI report for the month of April. This was released today, May 11th, and I wanted to break down the overall report with you guys. So thank you again for completely destroying the like button in yesterday's video. I asked you guys if you guys wanted me to break it down. You guys killed it. I asked for 1,000 likes. You guys gave me 1,500 within just like 12, 14 hours. So I really do appreciate it. I hope that it earned your thumbs up in this video as well. It's kind of asking the question of like, why did the market react the way that it did? Market was up 4%. If you're part of my Learn Plan Profit group, we talked about that during the pre-market session. I decided to reduce my position size at overbought levels to anticipate a potential sell-off. Again, taking risk management into consideration. It aggressively sold off. It sold off. It was down 4%. So there was a difference of about 8% from being up to then being down 4%. And then we began to see a market recovery. I actually ended up buying the dip. We talked about this again during the pre-market session an hour before the market opened. We talked about loading up on it. And then as the market began to recover in today's live trading session, you guys saw us go from red on the day to green on the day. And right now we're pretty much at that break even. But let's go ahead and break this report. One of the things that I want to explain to you guys is in yesterday's video, I give a little bit more of an explanation of the CPI report. They just make it sound super complicated. It's pretty much just like, hey, did prices go up or did prices go down in the month of April, right? Then the report gets released in the following month. So that's why in the month of May, we're getting the overall monthly report for the month of April. And March was one of the worst months ever. Inflation was at a 40-year high. So in my lifetime, this is the highest inflation has ever been. The thing that I want you to understand is one of the biggest contributors to why inflation was so high is energy, right? Oil prices, everything was going up. Russia attacked Ukraine, the domino effect of that. We have a specific amount of demand. We didn't have enough supply. Oil prices shoot up and it just killed it, right? 8.5%. We saw the biggest increase for the overall year of 11 points, 18 points, 18 points, 22 points. It was insane. This was for the month of March. Now for the month of April, we actually saw a decrease, and decrease. The only increase that we did see was for fuel oil. So again, some progress. That's what I really did like, right? We're at least showing progress. Now, what was the biggest area of opportunity for the month of April? That would have to be the biggest increase that we've seen in the past year. And that has to do with transportation services. The way that I wanted to explain this to you guys is it's kind of like the domino effect and how it trickles down to the very business, right? Airlines reported, again, one of the biggest jumps that they've seen, I think of about 18% in their cost or their increase in prices. And the reason that this is first, we take us into consideration where oil prices went up and then this affects us. But then it takes some time for airlines, right, and or transportation services to be able to report this, right? Because they might maintain their prices, but then oil prices go up, and then their net margins shrink. So therefore, they increase their prices to accommodate the increase of gas prices. Therefore, it makes it more expensive. Therefore, they report a increase for the month of April. It makes sense, right? This is why you've most likely seen some airlines increase their prices, why Lyft and Uber services have gone up. It's just been more expensive for just transportation services as a whole. That would be the biggest area of opportunity you can see for the past couple of months. The 3.1 points or the 3.1% is the biggest increase that we've seen for at least the past 6 months. Overall, I personally, let me actually just break it down. In my honest opinion, I thought that this was an overreaction. We talked about this in the main chat room for our Learn Plan Profit group. The reason I thought it was an overreaction is although that we did see an increase of about 0.3% for the month of April, we're an overall adjusted 8.3% for the seasonal adjustment. The thing that I want you to understand of that is that last month we were at 8.5%. This month we're at 8.3%. Yeah, it's not where we want to be. We wanted to be at 8% to 8.1%. I get it. We had set expectations, but it's progress. We are seeing inflation somewhat peak, right, with that seasonal adjustment. And the great thing about that is that if we are seeing some progress, one of the things that I've known most about the market is that it's not necessarily that things have to get better. They simply just don't have to get any worse. And I think that's really the question that you should begin to ask yourself is, if you were to go down the list and now that you understand the makeup of the CPI report, of what factors and contributes to inflation, then you can begin to ask yourself is like, hey, are we still seeing the same momentum of increase for inflation? And no, we can see that things are beginning to somewhat slow down. If anything, some are beginning to actually slow down much quicker than others. There are some areas that are still increasing, which again, areas of opportunity. But as long as we continue to slow down and or actually cut back, I think that's progress, right? And I think that would really reflect the month over month CPI report that is set to be released. So I just wanted to update you guys. Actually, I don't even know if I was able to show you all of it. I do apologize for that. You should be able to see it all here. 3.1%. I'm sorry if my face covered it for most of the conversation, but yeah, we have the 2.7% there, the 5.4%, 6.1%, that's for the energy sector, and then what we talked about, transportation services, the 3.1%. We can see that for the previous months. That definitely is one of the biggest increases, but I just wanted you guys to understand why are transportation services going up. I think it's very easy for us consumers to understand why they have to increase their prices as oil prices begin to go up. So I really do appreciate you guys' time. I hope that I made today's video pretty simple to understand. CPI data, I feel like they always make it very complicated. That's my job here, just to try to simplify it. If you guys have any questions that you guys think or want me to answer, you can either comment down below, or you could actually direct message me via our Discord group. It is free. It's the first link in the description. And again, you guys can join our free Discord group and not only converse with me, but also talk to other like-minded traders around the world. I really do appreciate you guys' time. I hope and wish you guys an amazing rest of your day. Don't forget to stay connected. That's going to be that second link down below if you guys want to watch me trade live as soon as tomorrow. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.